Shalom, y'all. Resistance the Spellbreaker here. Today we're going to talk about being out of the city and into the country. This is a place I like to come. I like to throw a line in the water, have a little fire, sometimes cook something, make a sound like this, and kick back, sometimes shoot the pistol or whatever. But getting out of the city is very important. What are you going to do when shit hits the fan? Do you really have a plan? Do you know people who have land outside the city? Do you have skill sets that would make you acceptable to them? When people are hoarding food, when people are preparing for the worst, they're not going to want to share with you like they are now. When the dollar collapses, when martial law is called in or whatever. Do you have a skill set to offer? If you knocked on a farmer's door and you said, hey, look, I don't got no money, but I know how to do this. I know how to frame. I know how to, whatever. We're going to go over some things that you should be doing. I believe it's called a third-party LLC. You and some people need to get together. You need to buy land, and what I believe is called a third-party LLC. Basically, no one's name's on it, okay? It's in an entity's name. And what you do is you guys start spending the weekends out there, training, building fences, things like this. Bringing in sheds. You can get mobile homes for free because they cost so much to tear down. Mobile home parks like to give them away for free. That's one way that you can acquire a communal setting outside of the city. Very, very inexpensive. How are you with guns? Do you know how to operate a firearm? Are you proficient in this? Do you have lots of ammunition? Do you have firearms? Do you know how to garden? Okay, we know that grandma had one. We know you were around when you was little, but do you really know how to do it? Do you know how to keep them seeds through the summertime without refrigeration? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to make a mother plant and to clone off that for next season? Do you know how to can? Do you know how to dehydrate? Do you have a stockpile of canned food? Do you have a stockpile of food? This is a big one. Probably one of my favorites that I've acquired here recently. The ability to harvest and get wild plants, forage wild plants. And there's an abundance of food around people. And there's some people that go out in the wilderness and starve to death. They don't realize they're stepping all over food. Okay, it's knowledge that's being hidden. Heavy emphasis on the wild plants. Do you know how to use those wild plants to heal you? The Bible says that the medicine is in the herbs. And he who is wise will use them. Well, are you wise? Are you going to use them? Do you know how to extract a gunshot? If someone who's in your little crew gets shot, do you know what to do about that? Or are you just going to let them die from lead poisoning? Do you know how to hunt? Okay? Not you went hunting when you were a kid. Do you actually know how to go out and kill a deer, kill a turkey, kill a goose, what have you? If you're not proficient in hunting, you need to be. Do you know how to fish? Do you know what lures to use? What times of the year, which lure that rattles you should be using, which weight, which size of lure, which type of fish are biting in which season, how the temperature of the water, the temperature of, how much the sun's out, whatever. Okay, the lure thing is people take a lifetime figuring that out, but it's something that you can do without any food, or I'm sorry, without any bait to put on your hook. Do you know how to navigate? Do you know how to use the sun and the moon and the stars to navigate your north, south, east, and west? Do you know how to use a tourniquet? Do you have a bug out bag? Do you have a bag that says, okay, this is where I'm going to bug out to? Do you have a location? Are you able to fight from that location? Do you have things set in place that if problems came to that location, you're in a tactical advantage in that location? Give you an example. Let's say you're way down in a valley, way low, and there's no trees around you. You're a sitting duck. Now, let's say you're way up high and there are trees around you and someone has to go uphill to get to you. Okay, that's a better tactical advantage position to put yourself in. Okay, you need to understand these things. Have you really thought about these things? Because these things are coming, whether you like it or not. They are coming, and the only thing that I can really tell you about this is that the most important thing to remember with any prepper, doomsday, survival advice that I can give you is prepare to die, because you're going to. Even if you make it out of whatever problems come your way, you're still going to die. Are you in good standing with your Creator? We know the occultists, their gods are with them. Our enemies, their gods are literally with them. And I'll be showing examples of this in other videos. We know that the people of the Bible, their God was with them. Is your God with you? Are you keeping his commandments? And if you're not keeping his commandments, how are you pleasing him? And why would he be with you? Let's just be realistic, okay? So the last one is the most important. Is your God with you? Can you lead others to salvation? These are good questions. I hope you have answers for your household. Have a blessed day. Shalom.